Hello, marketers. Welcome to Hashtag Originals, a show for the groundbreakers for the insight learnings. Today, joining me is Nihal Ahmed, is a product marketer at SAASTOCK. And today, the topic that we have taken is community marketing. Welcome, Nihal, to the show. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me, Sachin. It's a great to hear. I'm always doing good. How about you?
Absolutely fine. So before we move to the conversation, if you can please share a bit about SaaS and how this impacted the marketing industry, and then we will take on the conversation forward.
Sure. So what SaaS is something which I always like about it. So wherever I go, wherever I talk, everything is about SaaS. That's major strength of myself. So I'm more passionate about building communities for SaaS companies. So that's why a key role is. I currently work as a product marketer at SaaStock on doing, we do B2B conferences, events, and we have something called founder membership. If you're a SaaS founder looking to join a community, so do check us out. So these are things, all things about SaaS I talk about it.
Lovely. That's a nice introduction. And taking the conversations towards the topic that we have taken is community marketing. So what it is, if you can share with an example to help our audience understand the depth of it.
Sure, that's a wonderful question to kickstart as well. So again, when people say community marketing, people always think about only about a marketing team need to work on that, right? Because there's something term called marketing. So to break it out around, I would say that community marketing is not only for the marketers, it's for the brand. So whatever brand you're working on, the entire employees in your brand, let's say the development team, customer success team, support team, and all the teams are into the community marketing spot. So it's not only the marketers need to take care of building a community. It's have each one of the roles and responsibilities to take part in a community, make a meaningful interaction with your audience. So in a simpler note, I would get started with what's community marketing is like. Give your consumer a chance to participate in your brand's marketing instead of just being a passive recipient, right? So community marketing is always more authentic and more human. Then you're not going to put an ad and going to sell them and that's it. It's all done, right? It doesn't last long for a very long time. Also, they'll not be talking about you. They're not as genuine or loyal customers. Let's say we have been clicking so much ads in Google and Facebook, but do you know how many brands do you remember out of it? So we can't name all the brands, right? But when you join a community out there, right? So your voice will be like when you're talking about a problem, they'll be ready to hear your problem. That's what a community is. They want, let's say, to be precise, I can say that. So when you're talking to a friend, it's like a community is like talking to a friend. So you have a problem inside your product or problem with your solution, something like that. So you talk to a person and your voice is, let's say, the voice has been heard to him. So that's why the conversation starts around it, building a community. So again, for people who are marketers out there, will trash me out. But more than setting a budget and running ads, communities are about building a brand for you. It's all about engaging your audience, putting them in the funnel, all those things there. So one such example I would like to share is like Starbucks. So Starbucks has a forum called Coffee Enthusiasts called Starbucks Ideas. What they do is like you can upvote or you can share the other person's ideas and feedbacks on that. Your 2 cents advice on what you wanted and what you love with the coffee. So in such case, I would say that one of the things like the main advantage of Starbucks, like they want to know what are your customer wants in it. So what exactly your customer want from your product, or how their preference changes by day, or what motivates them to buy your product. So these are such insights will help your Starbucks to understand their audience much better and craft a solution for them.
That's really lovely, and I loved this example of Starbucks you mentioned. So how to decide that whether a brand should go for a community building or not?
Yeah, so I want to break down a myth here. So always say that brand community exists to serve the business. So you build a brand not to serve your business. You build a brand to serve the people who are giving you the business. It's an entirely different thing. People always think that, let's say you're going to work for the company or that, you're going to build a community for them. Your manager will be asking, like, what is the return on investment if you're going to spend my time and money on it? So you can't measure everything in marketing. That's a true fact, which most of the managers will not accept. Maybe my manager will seeing it will not accept it, but they always wanted to data and numbers always to showcase and a whole lot of all just a vanity metrics according to me. So it's all about it. You build a genuine relationship with them. So I would say one example like we'll be sharing case studies to your clients, right? So whenever you're doing it, so I would say don't share any case studies. Bring them and put into your community. The people around you will talk about your product, the way you help them, the way you try to solve their problem, the way you're prioritizing their features, requests, and all these things. Like having an online community is like inviting a customer avatar to a virtual store, and having them come back every single day after. When you create an online community that fits your customer avatar in relation to your product, you'll put them into your ecosystem and give yourself the new opportunity to learn about them. So it's all about understanding your audience much better, much clearer than anyone does, right? So if you're gonna do ads or marketing or email marketing or content marketing, without understanding your customer avatar, there's no use of it. You need to know your customer avatar. Your customer avatar changes day by day. As a let's say in this pandemic, we have thought Zoom something. The one thing with Zoom is like we know to zoom in the picture, right? That's what we know. After this pandemic, everywhere in Zoom. Like what you're doing, I'm in Zoom call. It's all become. It's that the human psychology has been changing. So such thing is like a community as well.
Great. So how to build that community which can serve the real purpose of a brand?
Wow, superb question. So building a community is like giving a birth to a child. It's that much like you have to be so cautious in all the things and all the necessary things, right? So it's how it starts. Like first you need to know if your audience are having so much lots of problems out there. What are the current problems they are facing in it, right? So that's the problem. That's the reason you have to build a community. They are having a problem. To discuss that problem, we are building a platform to it where we discuss about the problems, and that problems ideas can evolve into a product. That's all about it. So again, if you wanted to build any product, if you have any idea of a product, but you don't know what problem you're going to solve, join any on community. Just see what are the discussions going on there. What are the problems they are facing on it. Pick up that problem and you can start your own product. You already have an audience who's having these problems. And that's a very cool thing about it, right? So instead of you finding tough, hard to solve a problem, there's already tons of people who are thinking about having a problem. Just take it there and solve it. It's as easy as that. So coming to your questions, how to build a community? It's like you need to have maybe I'll say that you need to have people who are facing a problem in it. So put them in and you have to engage with them. Don't expect them to engage first. So they don't know who you are, right? You need to talk about their problem. You should go in that, hey man, hey, what's your problem? So maybe I can help you on it. So you initiate the conversations. You ask them people, hey, do you know other people who are having the same problem? Why not join in this conversation? We all three can discuss and come up with a solution. It's all, it evolves around it, right? You have to just pull in one person in it and it all evolves around it. There's nothing much more than that. So to build a community, you just need a person who is having a problem in it and just evolve around it and have a tech stack like, again, there's no need of a tech stack, I would say that. So now people are into Slack and there's more of community platform tools. I mean, tons of community platform tools have been evolving around it, right? So I would say that even Facebook group is enough. So in SAASTOCK, I run a group called SaaS Revolutionaries. So which we have a Facebook group, we have 8,000 members who are actively engaging in the group. So it's all about it. You don't have to expect it's not you need to have fancy tools. So Facebook is something which we log in every day, right? So instead of I'm trying to pull them on a separate platform, where you are there, I'll create a platform for you. It's a Facebook group. That's enough for it. You know, WhatsApp group can also be a community. It can be a closed community where you discuss about a particular problems. So it's as easy as building a community. You don't need to spend so much of money on it or building the tech stack and all these things. Just have a Facebook group, create a group, and engage with the audience. As that's that much easier.
I mean, this has given me two questions for you. The first is, which platform would you recommend to build a community?
Cool. So platform in the sense, I would say that, so it's all again starts off with your audience. So if your audience are, let's say, people who are more active on Facebook, I would suggest you to create a Facebook group on a Facebook and engage with them, right? Or if you say like, if your audience is more of a techie guy who uses Slack and all other kinds of things, then pull them into the same tool. You don't have to stuff them a new tool. Try to optimize the tool what they're using it and try to build a community in that. Instead of trying him to force and bringing him to your platform, Why don't you build a platform on his own thing, right? He's already there available in that platform. Bring him that, pull him here, create a community. That's it.
Another question here is when you spoke about the groups, so there could be the Facebook groups, there could be the LinkedIn groups also. So suppose for a technical product, maybe like yours or something else, LinkedIn seems to be the better platform with respect to the technical aspect, the LinkedIn groups. Would you agree to this?
Of course, why not? Again, LinkedIn is the one I'm active so long of it. So I'll be sorry.
But I have a question here that whatever the number of groups that I have seen, they are the most inactive in their truest sense. Then what is the point of building a group having 1 million of subscribers and then having a zero engagement? I would like to have your views on that.
Definitely. Again, even I'm thinking about it because I have been in tons of LinkedIn groups, but I've never engaged any of the groups. Just for the namesake, I'll be there. Hey, like marketing community. Oh, okay, I'm a marketer. I need to be in this community. Why not? Let's go and join it. Yes. That's it. I forgot about that. It's all about if I'm going to create a Facebook community as well, it happens the same thing, right? So it's all about you to engage it. If no, again, I start off with the community. How is like we start a group in Slack. So we were talking on it, but no one is replying it. So it's like very awkward when you're talking to a problem or person, but no one is replying to it. So what happens, like there's something called herd mentality. We call it herd mentality. So what we did, like we four people started to talk on it. So when I put a question on, hey guys, what is the latest trend of digital marketing? So I asked my few members to comment on it. So when 2 or 3 people comment on it, automatically all the herd mentality people will again be commenting on it. So they need the first initial breakthrough, right? You have to start about it. Oh, why should I start, man? Why don't you start it? That's how it is. You start the breakthrough. You start off with again, people will follow you.
But I think this problem persists majorly in India. When I see the abroad people, my foreign the LinkedIn mates, they are quite active. Any discussions to which I put them across to them on the Marketing Soul or maybe anywhere, they are quite prompt to reward. They're prompt to say anything on everything. But in India, it takes a hell lot of energy, as you rightly mentioned, to bring the people into the conversation and takes it. So maybe like that.
Yeah, the problem, I would say that the problem in India is like, so how many groups you are in, let's say in LinkedIn?
Maybe 10.
I'm asking you, how many groups are you in?
10.
Yeah. So again, we are, there's no reason of having 10 groups, right? If we're all going, are you engaging, I mean, are you going to check the groups regularly? No.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You check LinkedIn groups regularly.
That's the insight that I'm sharing, that foreign LinkedIn mates are quite active than the Indian ones. That's how my feedback is coming from.
Again, the reasons why, because we are in multiple groups, we are in multiple sharing. So as a marketer, what my interest is like, I have to put a blog on that group so that audience will click on me. I never care about the engaging it or not. Yeah. I want them to read my blogs. It's a kind of a backlink building. Hey guys, here is a group of people here for my audience. So I'll share my blog here. So you go and click it and you read my blog. Right. But who the hell I don't know about, but you have to read my blog. They don't try to build an engagement. They're always trying to pitch, sell. Whereas the genuine relationship, I want a genuine relationship. I don't want to sell you any products. My genuine is I build a genuine relationship with you. Let's build it together. That's something which I always believe in it.
I absolutely agree with you. So bringing the conversation towards the basic aspect of a company, which they always ask for revenue. So would you agree that, of course, it is there that you can build your business with the community and maybe it's an indirect one, but how to grow a business with the community aspect?
Wow. So again, when coming to numbers, so if you're working an employee to a manager, it's hard to convince him to create a community. So you'll be asking the metrics, you'll be asking the numbers, we're going to spend this much money, time on this. So what is the return of investment or all the marketing stuff, right? So again, you can't measure everything in marketing. It's said by Dave Grad. So if there's something, a board which he holds on, it says that you can't measure anything and everything in marketing. Something is like that. I forgot the quote exactly. So again, community building, something like that. You build loyal customers. The word of mouth marketing starts out from a community, right? So you don't have to run remarketing as your audience, right? So to get in a loop with them. Instead, put them into a community. They will talk about you to tens of people out there. So your net promoter score, NPS, customer advocacy will be improved automatically. These are the things which I see as a huge scope in community marketing.
Lovely, lovely. So do you think a customer also gets benefited when they engage in the community with the brands?
This is a wonderful question. Yeah, I would. So I'll say that both the aspect of how a brand can get benefited, how a consumer can benefit it. So in terms of a brand, right? So let me say you own a product, right? So I recently joined a community called Sessions. It's a new product, let's say for a competitor of Zoom. So instead of a Zoom fatigue, their aim is to build a different product called Sessions. So they launched a beta version of the product and they created a Slack group and they invited all the people who are using the Zoom, putting them people on group, let's say on Facebook, on LinkedIn. They pulled me into the Slack channel. That was like they're building something new, which is the alternate for Zoom. So I've been bored with Zoom for all the ways. They've been using Zoom for the 1.5 to 2 years. So why not try something new around it? So I just went to the Slack channel. So again, there should be a reason why I need to join session. So you just call me as a beta user. Why should I spend my valuable time in building your product, right? So you don't again, what's in it? You're gonna make revenue. You're gonna build your product. Then what's the purpose of being a beta user? So they had a hook, something like they gave me a lifetime value, right? So when you get a Zoom lifetime value, right? Wow, hey, I'm getting a lifetime value. I don't have to pay the next for the lifetime of my lifetime of what I'm using it, right? So I thought that's something a great hook for me. As a marketer, I felt something interesting about it, right? I joined the Slack channel. I started to give them the feedbacks, right? So I'm reading their testing works. What are the testers they are having in? Before their testing team does, I can able to solve it because they will be thinking what scenario will be coming in. As a user, I know what scenario I'm going to face on it, right? So as let's say your testing team cost will be reduced in terms of a brand. So I am a person who is directly involving the product and giving you the feedbacks, right? It's easily connected to you. So in terms of it, I get a lifetime value, and also like, when I'm my voice is heard, right? In this pandemic situation, when your voice is heard, that's something great. So we don't have time to speak with anyone, people, right? So if you're talking again, we all are running behind all the things. So, but when your voice is heard and when a person is replying to it, saying that, hey, Nihal, it's a wonderful feedback. Our team is prioritizing on this. So would you be able to give me much more information on this? We're allowed to get on a call. They're valuing my message. They're valuing my feedback. So that's one of the things. Also, I like to add one more community called Pepper Type. It's a content marketing tool, which I joined recently. So it's a wonderful tool for the content, let's say, using artificial intelligence. So I was on the Facebook group. So again, I suggested one feature called video script generator, right? So I have a friend who's a video editor, but he's not good with generating the scripts. So he started a YouTube channel. He asked me for scripts, but in this busy schedule, I don't have time for it. What I said, like, I joined this tool and said, I'm like, so why, guys, there is a huge scope for video script generator. Why don't you try something like that? Again, within 3 to 7 days, uploaders has came to the top of it. Most people uploaded it, and they are now prioritizing this feature and working on it, right? So again, they know what the user wants. They're going to build a product for the user, not for themselves, right? So that's the reason of it. So again, I have a problem in it. So there's a reason that there can be a solution that they can give me the product for free for that feature alone, because I'm helping them to build their product. I'm one of the valuable customer, a loyal customer. They give something for free. I'll be a loyal customer. I will be recommending Pepper Time to 3 to 4 people around my connections. It's a mutually beneficial. I would say that.
Perfect. And it's been a superb and a lovely conversation, Nihal, with you. Before wrap up, as you know that the Marketing Soul is also a community. We are a community of passionate marketers. We welcome you also, and it's been great to have you in our community. What is your take on the Marketing Soul?
Again, so again, this is my first conversation speaker. I would say that I'm happy that I'm starting with the Marketing Soul. I'm a marketer, blood and butter is my marketing. That's all I started about it. So again, I've been following Marketing Soul for quite a long time. So I'm a great fan of Manish Nepal's content, right? So Yag and Manish Nepal, what they're doing is like, again, man, how you're writing these contents, right? It's always like, I'll be seeing him this way. It's an awesome content. It's an amazing piece. I always get inspired from him more. Again, I remember your conversation with Manish Nepal, how to build a content to sell more, something like that on that topic. So it's something which I started to follow Marketing Soul from that time. So some of the valuable content I've said. Also, I think Vanshika has been talking about storytelling. So these are people who talk about a very good LinkedIn influence, I would say that. They are my connections. So I follow them how to build a story brand. So how storytelling is important in marketing. As you, again, what you're doing is like, you're not doing it for namesake. You're seeing a problem with the people. Let's say I'm a person who doesn't know about content marketing well. So that's my problem. You are bringing a solution thing that Manish Nepal is a content expert, and here's the solution with the video and get it for free. So join this community. That's it. So I have joined your community. There's something problem which I'm having. We're solving that problem. So I'm joining your community. It's as simple as that. Again, Marketing Soul is like, again, the name itself, see the vibe comes in Marketing Soul. Yeah, I love this name of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nihal, for your kind words, and really appreciate your thoughts on the content that you mentioned that Marketing Soul is trying to provide to the community and the people out there, because the simple objective that we follow at the Marketing Soul is learn, network, and grow. And this is what we follow, and this is what we've been doing all the time. So thank you so much for being with us today, Nihal. It's been a great conversation. Thank you so much.
It's been wonderful talking with you, and thanks for having me here. So I wish good for Marketing Soul as well. Cheers.
Thank you.